what's going on, everybody? This is Masaki from State 43, and today we're going to talk about the Horde event. This event is really cool because it's basically you working with your alliance to fight against infected that are attacking your entire alliance. And it works in waves, and it runs on a 2-week schedule. So every 2 weeks you get to fight this event, okay? It's actually fairly easy to play this event and rank pretty high. So I'm going to go over some of the tips I use to do that. And then you can actually learn basically a lot. If other people in your state aren't doing these tips, then you will actually rank probably a lot higher than them, just pretty simply. Okay, so let's talk about like just the event in general. So there are 20 waves of zombies that will attack in total. Your alliance leader will initiate, leaders or R4s will initiate the Horde event. They'll start it. It lasts about 45 minutes now. It used to last 2 hours in the old version, but now it lasts only 45 minutes, so it's actually really great. Very, very fast now. Basically, the idea here, generally, you want to defend with your team against the Horde, and the more damage you do, the more points you will get. It's pretty straightforward with that, okay? There are 20 waves, but there are some special waves. So most of the normal waves, what they do is they will send zombies at you, and they will just start marching. And they'll hit every single person in your alliance. Each person gets 2 chances of burning, meaning 2 chances you can fail. And failing is basically where only you only defend against 50% of the damage or less, right? If you do only 50% of damage against the zombies that came at you, then that's a fail. So the special waves are wave 7, 7, 10, 14, 17, and 20. 7, 14, and 17, just remember these wave numbers, are going to be waves where the Horde will only be sent against certain members of the Alliance. So you have to kind of watch the map, watch who's getting a red line, and then send your reinforcements to them. So this is what we normally say during these waves. We say watch lines. As far as wave 10 and wave 20 goes, wave 10 and 20 are going to be where the infected will hit your Alliance headquarters. In that case, you want to send your troops over to the headquarters, garrison it, and defend against the infected. For the headquarters waves, I would recommend the leaders or R4s or with the Alliance figure out ahead of time how much troops to send for each wave, and then who's going to be sending them, who's going to be a leader. Ideally, you want to have somebody who's going to be who has the largest capacity on leader, so that they can hold more troops for those waves. More players can join for the defense and get more points. Okay, let's talk about how to maximize points. So the first thing you want to do is you want to figure out the amount of troops to hold at home. So usually you can kind of do some testing, but from my testing, I usually hold about 100k troops at home until about wave 14. That's usually enough. And with my troop total, it's really easy actually. Even if I full send out to everybody on 6 different marches, I will still have enough troops at home. And then in addition to that, you want to send the rest of the troops to other players' settlements. So basically, you both get points. If you're familiar with how Horde used to work, don't worry about the stealing points issue anymore. That's actually been patched away, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so after wave 6, what I usually do is pull back all of my troops and then wait for wave 7. As a reminder, wave 7, 14, and 17 are the special waves where the infected will hit only certain players. So you want to have your troops back home so they're ready to go to whoever the lines are going to. So what I usually do is I kind of zoom out a little bit, watch the map for lines that are going to my friends, and then I will go and reinforce them for the most amount of points. If I'm the person who's being hit, I usually will announce that into the channel or my alliance chat as well, so people can then easily click on my name and reinforce me. For wave 10, and this is pretty important, so make sure you take note of this. If your alliance is fairly strong, usually about like 1 plasma, if everybody has at least 1-star plasma troops, then I would recommend fully sending infantry. And you can probably start doing this even before everybody hits 1-star plasma. But because the plasma troops are so strong that if you don't send infantry, you will likely not even get any points. The way that Horde damage works is that infantry both take the damage first, but they also deal the damage first as well. So for wave 10, where the zombies are kind of weak, your infantry will probably kill all the zombies before the riders, hunters even do anything. So that's why if you send riders, sometimes you'll hit 0 points or very low points if you only have like some of the zombies that the riders are killing. So my recommendation for waves 10 is send infantry only. Most alliances where you have really strong players, that's all you need to do. Waves 14 and 17, repeat what you did for wave 7. Pull your troops back, watch lines. Wave 18 and 19 are pretty hard. Your goal is to try to survive or keep some players to survive. So what you should be doing is reinforcing the players that are strongest in your alliance, making sure that their reinforcement's full, and usually that gives you the best chance of having them survive. Because if they survive, then you both survive. Now, if you're the strongest player, same thing, send your coordinates up into the channel, have people reinforce you for wave 18 and 19. Again, because they don't take points away from you, having more people reinforce you really doesn't detriment you. In fact, if you survive, both the players reinforcing you and yourself will get a lot of points. So it's definitely worth it. For wave 20, headquarter wave, basically send your best. Make sure the alliance leaders are having the best players send that are online, send their best troops to the alliance headquarters and defend. For this wave, do not send only infantry because you'll probably lose. You'll want to survive this wave, so definitely send your best and don't worry too much about sharing points. If your alliance can defeat this wave, you'll usually gain more points as an alliance and usually rank higher as an alliance as well. So it's important to make sure you survive wave 20. Again, if you're pretty new or your alliance is not strong enough, you may not survive wave 20, and that's totally fine as well. So quickly, let's talk about point calculations and rewards. Points are calculated based on the damage you do against each wave. So the more damage you do, the more points you get. These points are contributed to your personal ranking as well as your alliance ranking. And at the end of the event, your rewards are given for alliance and your solo ranking as well. Okay. And lastly, for the reward items for this event, you will be getting chief gear parts mostly. So that's your alloys, your I think adhesives, and your gearbox. Unfortunately, you won't be getting any tactical designs. I really wish SOS changed that because that's kind of a piece that's really needed for chief gear to advance even beyond like green. So once you hit blue, you're going to be using a lot of tactical designs, and it's unfortunate that the game doesn't give you many ways to get that item. Cool, that's it for Horde. Again, just if you take nothing away from this video, if you want to just get more points, wave 10, make sure you're sending in infantry only. And then for the other waves like 7, 14, and 17, make sure you're watching lines and reinforcing your friends because then you're going to get more points together anyways. All right, have fun, enjoy Horde, work as a team, and I'm sure you can do it. All right, this is Masaki from State 43. You stay classy.